What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It is your boy Kasim Abdul Sattar. In today's video, I will be teaching y'all how to make money with Claude. So I'm super excited to say this. Listen, I've been building myself while learning how to build systems that help give people more control over their time, their health, and their knowledge, and their income. All right. And I'm super excited to share this because listen, I've been doing this since 2021 and I've personally had my own results. And before I go into the slideshow, because I'm gonna share this slideshow, then we're gonna go into it. But if you guys do want the full PDF guide for free about what I'm going to talk about, that's going to be in the link in the description down below. You guys can get that already right here, right now for the one percenters, for those people that are high speed, right? But for everybody else, I kind of want to share a story with you guys. We all know that AI was released to the public in 2022, right? When I was in the military, right, in 2020, I had to pick a major. I picked computer science. Later, right, after 2021, 2022, ChatGPT came out, right? And I was all over it. I wanted to learn it. I wanted to understand it. And I'm just like, how can I use this to my advantage, right? Listen, when I was in the military, I was also building my Herbalife business part-time, right? I couldn't get to my clients across the world, right? I couldn't really train them when I was working my 9 to 5, right? So if you are working a 9 to 5 right now, that's okay, because guess what? You can do this, right? Part-time. You can do this literally in a weekend and you'll start making money. You'll start understanding how to use these products even better, right? So I'm gonna teach you guys the rules of the road. I'm gonna teach in a way that teaches the beginners how to actually start this and understand this. Okay, so if you guys are interested in that, just check out my other live streams that I've been doing, and how I made another Coach Q GPT, literally a GPT for my clients whenever they're in the gym and they don't know what to do for a workout, right? They ask the GPT, and the GPT doesn't only just give them a workout, right? It also gives them a meditation guide. It also recommends products to them, right? So it's a full system thing. And to really help people in the health and wellness space, right? You have to understand, like, hey, what are they needing to eat for themselves? We're gonna have to wait on that. What are they eating for themselves, right? And how are they working out? Do they have any limitations, right? AI can help you with all of that. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Give me a sec. All right, everything's no problem because we live right now, baby. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with this slideshow. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Yes. Here we go. All right, go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you guys can see this. Let me just make sure y'all can see this real quick. All right. Okay, so it won't go the bigger slideshow, but that's okay. Listen, I made this just last night for you guys to help you guys make your first dollar with Claude. Look, this is the Claude Cash Blueprint, a non-techie guide to earning your first dollar. All right, so let's go right into it. All right, here we go. So the core engine, right? The user input, right? As soon as you start touching these high-tech large language models, you want to make sure that you're using the chat window, right? Keep going back and forth until it gets right, right? You're going to literally ask it, hey, how can I start making this money, right? Ask me questions so that way you better understand how to give me what I actually need, right? So it works something like this, right? So if you're looking to do research, if you're looking to organize, if you're looking to explain something or write something, right? AI can do that for you. Think about AI like a 24/7 assistant that never gets tired, right? So think about something that you want to research right now. That could be automated to where you get your research data every single day at 8 a.m. every morning. So before you even walk out to the marketplace, right, you know exactly what's going on economically, financially, right, health and fitness wise, right? You're able to do this with AI now to automate that research process, right? You're able to do this with the writing, with the organization, with the explaining of things, right? But also remember that you are the final say. You are the boss in this, right? AI right now is just your 24/7 assistant. Then, whenever you get that product, right, you can actually use these marketable assets, these ones right here, like the Word docs or the Excel spreadsheets, the PowerPoint, right, the PDF. These are something called marketable assets. You're able to sell something called a digital product to people and earn actual money here today. It never gets tired. It's only as good as what you ask, right? So we're gonna go ahead into that because right now, everybody that is currently using AI is just using it like it's just a generic chatbot. But you have to see this thing like an expert level architect in any field that you want it to be in. So I have a formula. I created this formula for you guys to actually use AI. This formula goes something like this. It's called the RTDF formula. So you guys can see at the very top right here, right? The prompt assembly line. If you go to AI right now and you just say, write a resume, right? You're probably going to get some generic, regular, degular, average output for an average question, right? But if you're going to use this RTDF formula, this is how you're going to set it up. The R is the role. You are an expert resume writer. The task, rewrite the experience below into strong results, focus, bullet points, right? The details, the D, for this forklift operator, I have 3 years of experience. Here is my info. Boom, you put that in. The format, keep it to one page, a professional tone. Then that output, you guys, instead of just saying write a resume, you're going to get a high value marketable asset that other employers are going to look at and be like, wow, this person really takes it seriously. Wow, this person has a lot of years of experience. Wow, this person can do a lot for our company. We want to hire this person. Now, for the business owners, right, this is also a game changer because now you're able to automate that research, right? So, for people that don't know, on LinkedIn, they have this thing called the ATP or ATS system where they're able to literally populate resumes with actual code words in them. So, you can also say in the task, right? Hey, make sure that there's code words that are going to be for the job that you're applying for, right? So that way you'll get a better chance of getting that interview or a better chance of hiring, right? Hiring that person that you're looking for on your team, on your business. Next one, right? Ooh, I like this one. Okay. So the 4 habits to elevate your outputs, right? Giving examples is always great, right? Claude copies patterns very, very well. So if you're using, right, this information, make sure you're putting all your emails in there, right? Let it see how you're writing, right? Because you also want to give it your voice, your tone, right? You just don't want it to be robotic and generic. I had to learn that the hard way. Okay, it's 2026. I've been doing this since 2022. All right. You want it to match your style, right? As simple as it says right here, match the style of this, paste the example, right? Ask it to ask you, like I said at the very beginning of the video. Let's fill in its own gaps. Before you write, ask me any questions you need to do this very well. Claude is so smart, it's going to start populating these questions. Hey, should we do it like this? Hey, how do you want to do this, right? What do you think about this? It's going to literally specialize it so that way it's more unique to you, okay? Iterate. You're never stuck with one version. This is the beauty about AI, right? Make it shorter, make it casual, add a call to action, right? And define the audience. The audience, remember, it changes everything, right? This is for busy moms, hiring managers, or the landlords, right? Wherever you're at in your life, it doesn't matter who you are or where you're at, right? You can start using AI right here, right now to help you elevate and start making money in your pocket, right? So I'm going to share with you guys the couple of ways, and it's all going to be out there on how you can start making money right here, right now with Claude. So check this out. I call this the diagnostic matrix of features to products, right? As you guys can see, we have the core capabilities, the raw inputs, the engine action, and the monetization play for each of these things that people are currently making money with AI today, right? So one of the core capabilities, if you're writing, right, AI can write emails, right? It can do the ads for you. It can do the bios for you, right? It can ghostwrite social media posts. It could even go as far as posting the posts for you consistently, right? And the monetization play is sell writing and editing services for local businesses. Because guess what? As a business owner, they have way too many things to take care of, right? But when you come in, you're just like, hey, I know how to actually write social media posts for your business. So that way you have higher engagement and you have higher monetization, right? It's as simple as that. You can sell those services, right? You're also able to search the web, right? You can have live prices. You can see your competitors, right? You can price in items to flip, right? And the monetization play for this one is sell market research, mini reports for corporations or businesses, right? The next one, you're able to analyze any file that is on a smartphone or a computer, right? You're able to put all the messy data, the PDFs, the contracts, the contacts, all into it. And you can say, clean up the data and check for leases. You say, clean up the data and organize this from A to B, right? And the selling pitch for this one is sell plain English contracts that break it down, right? The next one, you're able to build any documents like that. Okay. This is able to format the request for you, right? You can do this for a Word document, a PDF document, an Excel document. And the selling monetization point for this one is sell the meal plans, right? If you're a health coach, you guys can pitch decks. You can use printable planners for people that are coming across New Year's and they're just like looking for something, right? There's never been a better time to make money in different ways than this time that we're living in, right? And before I continue on, right, where a lot of people get stuck in this, they call it analysis paralysis, where they get so much information from YouTube, they get so much information from social media or their phone, and they don't know what to do with it. They get stuck with it, right? They're just like, I don't know what to do. Listen, just pick one thing. That's all you have to do right now, right? Because when you pick that one thing and you focus on that one thing for a month, 2 months, 90 days, I recommend always for my clients, give it at least 90 days, right, of consistent hard work, right? You could do an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours of free time, right? To actually start making extra income in your pocket, right? So let's continue on, right? You can build pages. You don't need no code, right? You don't need to be a cybersecurity professional or even a coder anymore, right? You can create quizzes. You can create booking forms. And look, this monetization play for this one, build local landing pages for businesses, right? Businesses now, right, are slowly transitioning to more AI driven web pages, right? What does that look like, right? You want to make sure that you actually have a chat bot in the bottom right because a lot of people don't even like coming into places at all, right? People want to talk to their phones. People want to talk to these large language models already. You guys can go ahead and click on that little AI that's on the web page and pop that up, right? You guys can create that with Claude, which is awesome, right? That was just one example. There's plenty of examples, right? But go ahead and check out the rest of my live videos for that. And the last one is the tech slash organize. Messy brain dumps subjects. The engine play is break down taxes and skills. And listen, you can monetize this, you guys. You can sell study guides, tutoring, SOPs. If y'all know SOPs are the standard operating procedures for your taxes, right? For skills, right? To actually upload into these large language models or to sell in businesses, right? All right. The system configuration checklist, right? We want to make sure that you're understanding how to use and what what Claude is actually using, what other large language models are currently using, right? So you're able to turn it on and off. I recommend having it on the web search, right? For live prices, for trends, for current info today, right? You're able to also file creation. We talked about this in the last slide, right? To make actual Word, PDF, PowerPoints, and PDF files that you can sell. In the artifact side, you're going to see something called the artifact side inside of Claude also, right? The dedicated workspace where Claude builds and saves data, documents, tools, and web pages, right? And listen, we all hear about these data centers, right? And listen, the data centers are going to keep building and building and building for the next 5, 10 years, right? So the memory with these AI models are just going to get better and better and better. AI is as worse as it's going to be right here today. In the next year, 5 years, 10 years, it's going to be ridiculous. Like it's going to be unbelievable, right? So Claude remembers your business across different contexts of conversations, right? And the projects, there's also a spot where you see your projects, right? The projects just keeps each specific client or digital product in its own isolated space, okay? Because the thing that I was doing, which wasn't the right thing to do, was keep like adding as many chats as possible. Listen, you want one chat with one objective, right? So that way you can start making money today, right? With one plan. Remember, just think of one thing that you can do to make money. Just pick one thing and go at it, right? Next one, the periodic table of money plays. I like the way that sounds. Listen, pick one, do it this week, right? Don't collect 10 and do none. You know what I'm saying? Look, one off services. These are the quick wins that you can help people win quickly. The resume and cover letter. A lot of people just don't understand this technology and they don't know how to use it. But guess what? You do now, right? You could sell resume cover letters for $25 to $100, right? You could do product listings for resellers, right? For $5 to $15. You guys can go to a site like Fiverr and start doing freelance work right here, right now, right? You don't need an LLC to make your first $100. You understand, right? You can make flyers, you can make menus, you can make graphics like quick now. You understand? You're able to do digital assets now, you guys. I have a whole folder on my desktop that literally says digital assets. You build this once and you sell it forever, right? A sellable PDF and printers, planners and trackers, tutoring and study guides, right? Local landing pages and simple websites, right? You're able to build this one time. I have websites from 2 years ago that I still present to local businesses, right? Hairstylists, right? Barbers, right? Gyms, right? You build it once and you can sell this forever. It's an amazing, amazing way to make money, right? And the reoccurring revenue. Ooh, we like this one. The retainers, right? Getting paid every single month for providing a service that you're an expert in, right? The social media content, you're able to do this for $150 to $500. And listen, there are so many creators out right now that actually need this. You know what I'm saying? I probably need this. You know what I'm talking about? But right now, my main focus is cybersecurity because I see where the world's going and I definitely want to understand and know how I can protect my own assets and protect other people's assets too. So that's why we're doing this, right? The next one, email and newsletter writing, right? You're able to sell this for $50 to $200 per client, right? What business owner, what social media solopreneur needs an email or a newsletter writer, right? Every single one of them, right? And if they don't understand it, you guys can be the experts and provide that to them, right? The virtual assistant and admin work, just like I told you on the website, right? You're able to sell these websites and retain that client to also improve that website over time as time goes on. Because remember, AI gets better every single day, right? As AI gets better every single day, you're going to get better every single day, right? And the one I've been seeing a lot of people make in the creator space is a faceless content channel, right? You're able to make kid channels now, right? You're able to tell your own story in such a way that was never thought about ever, right? And I think this is one of the ones that can actually make the most money. So that way you're not really talking to people. But if you want to start making faceless channels right now and get a message or a unique thought across to help the next generation, right? This is a excellent way to do that. Excellent way to do that. And here we go. The execution wireframe, the resume service, right? So we're just gonna keep it simple, right? Because we're teaching beginners right now. So the user input, apply the RTDF formula, end with, now put the resume into a formatted Word document that I can sell, okay? Charge for the file, not the time, right? It doesn't matter how much time it takes you to build this, right? Because people need you to be the middleman so that way you're able to provide a service. As long as you provide a valuable service, you're able to make your first $100 this week. You know what I'm saying? Look at the bottom, the easiest first dollar. People pay well for this because a good resume gets them hired. You understand that? So this is just the way to execute that. And it's as simple as putting in those couple of words, then Claude is going to provide you with that. Then that digital asset, that's when you save it because you want it to be organized on your desktop, right? And you just start doing the work of reaching out to other people and making them realize like, hey, I made this for you already. This is something that has the keywords in it and it's able to get you hired, right? Send this out to 5 to 10 different employers every 2 days and just watch how the recruiters start being all over them, okay? All right. And this is probably the most important one, okay? The system warnings and the guardrails. As being a cybersecurity IT professional and learning this is why I'm starting to do cybersecurity, because you want to make sure you're checking the facts, right? Claude is smart, but can be wrong, right? Verify anything important, legal, medical, money, date prices. Use the web search tool for current info. And listen, AI can hallucinate. Okay, let's be real. AI can tell you something and be so confident and still be so wrong. So, you being the expert, you have to make sure that you do your due diligence. Remember, AI is your 24/7 assistant. It's going to work for you endlessly if you set an automation or if you're telling it to build you these digital products, right? But you are the verified last line of defense. Okay, so just remember that. Protect your privacy and other people's privacy. Okay. Do not paste sensitive data. Keep your passwords, your full card numbers, and other people's private information out of the chat. Okay. You don't want that to come bite you back in the butt later. All right. Polish the output. Make it yours. Add your voice. Fix the robotic phrases. Right. We talked about this earlier. And never send a first draft blind. Right. Quality is your new reputation now. Right. So since AI can do everything, right, what is going to be the difference in this new age, right? It's going to be the quality of how you show up and how consistently you show up. That's why I've been going live since the beginning of this year as much as I can, right? As long as you start where you are, you don't need a business name, a logo, a website. You need one skill, one offer, and one client. That is all you need to start making your first $100 this week. Okay. As simple as that. We're going to keep it simple, plain, and easy. All right. And the last slide, you guys made it all the way to the end of the slide. Pat yourself on the back. Good job. Listen, the 7-day launch sprint. Okay. Listen, knowledge is not power. They lied to you. Okay. Just because you know something doesn't mean you have power, right? Applied knowledge is power, because if you know something and you apply that knowledge, right, that's when you get those results. It's just like going to the gym, right? You can know how to lose the weight, just track your calories, don't eat as much, right? But if you're not applying that knowledge, right, you're going to still not get the results that you're looking for, right? So the 7-day launch sprint, right? And listen, my challenge for every single person out there, instead of doing this in 7 days, try to do this in about 60 minutes, right? Because with AI now, you can do this just like that. All right. So day one, right? Pick one from the dashboard, just one, right? Pick one thing that you want to do, one service, one tool for the next 90 days, right? Day two, generate 2 to 3 real samples, right? Day three, have Claude write your service offer. Day four, right? This is where we start outreaching. Post the offer where clients are, right? This could be Facebook group chats. This could be local businesses that you currently already go to, You understand? This could be businesses that are on Instagram that you guys can just look up. Day 5, message 10 potential clients using direct outreach, right? Listen, 10 clients, 10 people, right, that you can do the research for already in Claude is better than having 100 people and reaching out to 100 random people. No, now with AI, you're able to specialize and target your target audience. So that way you're able to turn over and receive that income for the service that you're providing, right? And day 6, right? The delivery, the profit. Deliver a first job and ask for a testimonial, right? And listen, being an Herbalife, testimonials sell way more sometimes than what you can actually sell for yourself, right? So as long as you're helping out that first person, second person, third person, you're able to actually have something, right? That actually shows other people that, wow, he doesn't only do this himself, he actually helps other people do this too. Day 7, raise your price a little, systemize and repeat. Remember, the first dollar beats a perfect plan. Get the first dollar. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing this. All right. So now you have it. Now you understand it at probably just a little bit better than you first did coming into this. But now it's your responsibility, right? To actually take action on this. Remember, because knowledge is not power, applied knowledge is power. All right. And listen, if you want the done for you AI toolkit, I have that in the description down below, right? If you want the prompts, if you want how to actually put these prompts inside these large language models and start working towards it for the next 7 days, 30 days, I have that link down in the description down below for you guys. It's called the AI toolkit. Remember, you get a free one, and you guys can check out the AI toolkit also. But if you guys did like that video, if you guys want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, share, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Salute.